Welcome to our wonderful Wednesday wise words. How's everyone doing? Thanks for being here. Let's see who's here. S says, hi, Jacqui. Bonnie is sending sunshine and peace. Lori, hello, everyone. And Jacqui from southern Wisconsin. Welcome, Lori. Good morning, Anne. Jacqui says, greetings, lovely ones. How are you, Jacqui? Are you coming down from the bliss of blending with your soul sister? Yvonne, good morning, Jacqui, and all others, welcome. Patty says, good morning. Jennifer says, good morning, everyone, and Jacqui. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If today is your first day with me, today's your first time with me, my name's Jacqui Mancuso. I'm joining you guys from Northern Illinois, and here on Insight Timer, I talk astrology, and then I pull oracle cards to see what our highest selves would like us to do. That doesn't sound right. To see how our highest selves would like us to utilize the available energies. That's a better way of putting it. I'm exhausted. I am feeling the retrograde season hardcore. Like the last 2 weeks have been really just like pulling teeth to get me to do my routine. So I'm happy to be here, but if my brain isn't making words the right way, that's why. Jody says, happy new moon in Virgo. It's my 65th rebirthing day. Happy birthday, Jody. Love it, love it. Jacqui says, good morning. Our other Jacqui says, trying to stay up, but I miss her terribly. We had an amazing time together. Of course you did. Of course you did. I'm very grateful that you guys finally got to meet. Some birthday wishes going out to Jody. Brenda says, good morning, lovelies. Texas in the house. Thank you for your big energy. I might need to borrow some of that today. Charlotte says, you and me both. Low energy and lack of motivation. Ugh. There's a reason, right? There's a reason for everything. There's a reason why we're exhausted when we're exhausted. It means it's time to rest. And if you are holding on for dear life to all your obligations, you're just going to get more and more tired. But if you give in and you listen to what the universe is telling you, you usually flow right into the exact right place, which I know is easier said than done in today's society, but I try as hard as I can to listen to my body. Anyway, today we're here to talk about the new moon that's happening in Virgo in about 36 hours. It's happening tomorrow night. So the full moon occurs at 22 degrees of Virgo on Thursday, September 14th at 8:40 p.m. Central Time. So whatever calculations you need to do to turn that into your own time zone. Virgo is known as the perfectionist in the zodiac, so that's why I was very clear about 8:40 p.m. Central Time. And this full moon, I'm saying it's 22 degrees, but it's really happening at 21 degrees and 58 minutes. So all of the degrees of astrology are broken into 60 minutes to give them just that little bit more specificity. And this is 2 minutes away from being the next degree. So I'm just sitting with the 22 degree mark. So new moons are, did I say full moon? Carmina put new moon in the text. If I did, my apologies. Mercury retrograde. We still have a day and a half of Mercury retrograde. Tomorrow's a new moon, and new moons represent new beginnings. New moons are a time of planting a seed. They're a time of setting an intention. And I also kind of saw the moon journey as like a trip, like a little vacation. So the new moon is like choosing your location. That is where I'm setting my sights. That's where I want to go. As the moon waxes, as it grows into its fullness, that's like planning your itinerary. That's all I need to say. Planning the itinerary. Then the full moon is taking the trip. And then after the full moon, you take the trip, it wanes back down to new. That's a time of reflecting on your memories, reviewing everything that you did and unpacking so that when the new moon comes, you can choose your next location. So if that gives you a little bit of feel into the moon cycle and how you can work with that. But the new moon happens in Virgo, and Virgo is our mutable earth sign. Her energy helps us make physical changes. Earth energy is all about the practical, about the tangible, the physical. So I ask you, which area of your life is asking for some practical change right now? And the reason I'm focusing on change is because Virgo is a mutable sign. Mutable signs come at the end of the series, at the end of the season, and they help us review and reflect to make the changes to start again with the next cardinal sign. So Virgo is here to make physical change in our lives. So if you have your birth chart handy, which I invite you to always have every time you come to my sessions, because I talk a lot of degree points and whatnot, I invite you to look to find 22 degrees of Virgo in your birth chart. And there's a possibility that you don't have any planets in Virgo, and that's cool. But you have Virgo somewhere in your birth chart, because when you were born, the sky was whole. The sky had the whole zodiac circle in it. Melissa, you can hop online. You can literally just Google free birth chart, and a whole bunch of websites will come up. I use astro.com. It's the one that I like to read the best, but there's like a whole bunch of websites. You need the day of your birth for sure. That'll give you a picture of the sky. And then if you know the town that you were born and the time that you were born, it will break the chart into these little pie piece sections. And those are the houses, which is what I'm about to talk about. So sure, like I don't have any planets in Virgo, but 22 degrees of Virgo is in a part of my chart. So that's what I want you guys to look for. I want you to look for the Virgo glyph, which looks like an M with her legs crossed because she's the maiden. So it's the M with her legs crossed, and the sign has 30 degrees in it. Moving counterclockwise, the zodiac moves counterclockwise. So moving counterclockwise from 0 to 30, you're going to go 2/3 of the way in and look for 22 degrees-ish, right? So look to see which house that falls in. So look for 22 degrees of Virgo. Use your eyes to follow into the center of the chart and you'll see a number. What house is that? Okay? You can always go on the internet and just Google a quick, like, what does the 4th house mean? Astrology, 6th house, astrology, whatever house. Sharon, I'm screenshotting this because I want to read it later. I just don't have time to dive into that huge comment right now. And then you can look at what house this new moon is happening in, and that can give you an idea of the area of your life that is susceptible and most open to a new beginning. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to tie your new beginning with the new moon exactly where it's happening in your chart. Your intuition is much bigger than the rules of astrology. Coming from an intuitive astrologer, that's what I'm going to tell you. If you're feeling like your work is calling for a new beginning, but this new moon is happening in the sign of your home, go with your work. Follow your intuition. You know, there's no rules. There's no like boxes to astrology. Do what feels right for you. That's step one. You look to see what house it's in. Then I invite you, and I saw some people were talking about, like I saw Jacqui had Mars right at 22 degrees of Virgo. Someone else had something at 14 degrees of Virgo. S moon. So this is a new moon, very close to your natal moon. Good morning, Debbie. So you can look to see if anything is within 10 degrees of that sign, or of the event that's happening. So 22 degrees of Virgo. Do you have anything from 12 degrees of Virgo all the way up to about 2 degrees of Libra? Look for that. That can give you a feel for how this new moon might be flavored for you specifically. So I'm just going to use Jacqui as an example because I know her, and I know Mars is right at 22 degrees. So for Jacqui, this new moon is happening right on your Mars. So for me, this is like a new beginning on your passion, on what you fight for and how you fight for it, on what your drive is calling you to do. And then you can look at the house that it falls in, and maybe that area of your life is calling for a new way to utilize your energy. So you can do that with the other planets. And then this is a little advanced. So if this is going over your head, just tune me out for 2 minutes. Or if you're interested, you can also look across the chart to see what might be opposing this new moon. So you'd look for 22 degrees of Pisces in your chart. Don't look for any specific planets right now. I want you to look at 22 degrees of Pisces in your chart. The last 2/3 of Pisces. Pisces looks like the parentheses opposing each other with a line in the middle. And then look to see if any planet is feeling an opposition. That's going to be like a head-on type energy from this new moon. Sit with that. You can also look to see what is squaring this new moon. So you can look to see the mutable signs, 22 degrees of Gemini or 22 degrees of Sagittarius squaring. That is going to be some tension, some disharmony, but tension always leads to growth. And then lastly, you can stick with the same element of what's going on, and you can look at the other earth signs. The new moon's happening in Virgo, which is an earth sign. So you can look to 22 degrees of Capricorn to see if there is a trine, if there's some harmonious energy. So let's say Jupiter is trine this new moon in your chart. Let's pretend 22 degrees of Capricorn is your Jupiter. That would be like the new moon is receiving assistance, a trine, from Jupiter, your planet of luck and abundance. And then you can also look at 22 degrees of Taurus, the other earth sign, to see if there's anything in your chart that's trining, being harmonious, giving this new moon a high five, working in tandem with the new moon. Mercury at 22 Gemini, 10th house. Love it. Courtney has Uranus at 21 degrees of Capricorn. That would be a trine. Jacqui, your Mercury, 22 of Gemini, is a square. Jacqui, Jupiter and Mars across. I'm assuming you're talking about the end of Pisces. That would be an opposition. So Jupiter expands and Mars is your aggression. So this new moon might be causing you to expand your aggressive feelings about something. Like, rawr, I'm seeing like lion energy from you, Jacqui. Like, go at it, whatever it is. Melissa, what should I Google for type of chart? Free natal astrology chart. Let's see what comes up. Or, yeah, you can just Google birth chart. So that's just how you can do a quick overview of like, how is this new moon affecting me personally? That's what I always do. I first look for conjunctions right on top. I look for oppositions 180 degrees across. Then I look for squares 90 degrees away. And when you look for the tension aspects, the oppositions and the squares, you're going to be using the same mode. So you're going to be looking at the mutable signs for Virgo this time. And then I look at the same element, and when signs are the same element, when planets fall in the signs of the same element, they trine each other, they help each other. It's like, oh my gosh, you're also Earth? Oh, let's do this together. So, come back. If that was a little bit too advanced for you, come back. We're talking about today's new moon in the actual sky now. This new moon is trining Uranus in the sky. Uranus is at 22 degrees of Taurus, and the new moon is at 22 degrees of Virgo. So I'm seeing this as Uranus, the light bolt energy coming out of left field, the totally radical and often unexpected things want to help you trine harmonious, want to help you set this new intention in Virgo. So I'm feeling, in general, right, it's happening right now. Uranus is trining the sun and the moon for the new moon. Uranus wants to help deliver something that is beyond your wildest dreams. Uranus is so radical. He's so out there. It's completely unexpected. I like to say that, like, I love Uranus, but I can't say that because I don't know what he's going to bring. You know, sometimes it's the greatest thing that's ever happened, and sometimes he pulls the rug out from under my feet, and I'm like, what the hell? What the hell, Uranus? But remember, the universe always has your best intention in mind. Always. The universe loves you. The universe supports you. Even if it doesn't feel like it. Everything always happens for you. So trust if a radical approach comes through your intention. So you set this intention for the new moon. You might think it's going to go this way, but especially with Uranus trining this new moon, if you put your blinders on for this intention, you're going to be blocking out so much good stuff that could be coming randomly. I invite you to open yourself to true, deep change. So if you're setting your intention that I intend to double my salary, it might come in the form of you getting fired from your job, so that Uranus can clear your career path so that you can find the job that doubles your salary, that keeps you happy, that makes you feel more fulfilled, you know? You can set the intention, just an example, like I intend to feel the joy and peace in my life. Uranus can bring that to you by flooding your basement, right? What the hell does flooding my basement have to do with finding peace and joy in my life? Uranus is giving you an opportunity to find the peace and joy in the chaos. So this is why the authentic gratitude to me is so important. If you react to the universe in a way that you feel like it's doing things to you, right? Like, I lost my job, I'm screwed, what am I gonna do? I can't do this now. Or my basement flooded, I'm screwed, I have to change my whole day, now I can't do what I wanted to do. If you look at things as the victim, it's gonna make it a lot harder. Or you can flip it, right? Authentic gratitude. I lost my job. Stressful right now because things are changing, but universe, thank you for the opportunity to find something that's more in alignment with me. Or my basement flooded. Okay, I have to change my plans for the day to clean it up, but thank you for showing me some of the faults in my plumbing system. You know, and then you never know. Maybe I'll meet someone, right? Maybe the plumber like has a message for me. You know, maybe the plumber says a random thing that I needed to hear to move me down the next path. So which of those feels more receptive to blessings? Is it the, oh, I'm screwed, this sucks, I can't believe I have to deal with this now? Do you think that's going to bring in abundance and growth? Or the, okay, I acknowledge that this is a stressful situation, but let's see where it goes. Let's see why I was given this opportunity right now. So I'm not saying that like Uranus is always going to make you feel like you're screwed over. Uranus can bring amazing things in. I just want to tune into the detail part of how you think your intentions are going to unfold, especially because we're in a Virgo new moon. Virgo is very detail oriented, and a lot of times with Virgo energy, if it doesn't go exactly to plan, you just break down and scrutinize the one step that went against what you thought it was going to do. That's Virgo, and not to say like if you're a Virgo sun, that's what you do, but any planet that you have in Virgo, you know, notice tendencies for you to not accept the flow of that planet. Just sit with it, just notice it. So I hope that makes some sense. We are going to use 2 different decks today, and we are first going to ask, how does the Virgo new moon intend to serve you? Just in general, the Virgo new moon. Melissa, you got your chart. Just for now, look for Virgo. So she looks like an M with her legs crossed. Scorpio is the M with his output. Virgo is the M with her legs crossed. And then moving counterclockwise, you're going to look for about 2/3 of the way through, if that makes sense. And again, if you missed that whole explanation, not again, I haven't said it yet today, I record all of these sessions and I put them on my YouTube channel. So now if you like just got your chart and you're ready to sit down and, oh man, she's already onto the oracle cards, just hop on my YouTube channel a couple hours after the session, search my name, and then you can rewatch and follow along. Carmina Chiron at 25 of Pisces, opposing the new moon, and Saturn at 27, opposing the new moon in the 10th house. So that's telling me the new moon's happening in your 4th house. This is a new beginning in your private life, in your comfortable where you retreat, and you are receiving an opportunity from wounded healer responsibilities. Like, I feel like you can't catch up right now. Like, there's a lot that you feel like your to-do list is 1,000,000 degrees long and there's just no end to it, but this new moon is calling you to find a retreat. That's a snippet. If you guys want to work with me for astrology readings, I do full chart readings. You can find my website in my Insight Timer bio. I'm on the app or the website called Heal Me, so you can search heal.me, search my name. I'm there. I do everything on donation basis. So let's play. Thank you, Rhonda and Jessica, for your donations. I really, really appreciate that. Oh, Carmina, on the cusp of 3rd and 4th house, that's your IC. That's the basement of your chart. That is the most private part of your chart. That is your deepest heart of heart. That's where you go to completely let your hair down and not have to perform for anyone. Cool. All right. We're going to use the Sacred Medicine Oracle to ask, how does this Virgo new moon intend to serve you? This is a group reading. Always a group reading, but always super spot on. Feel free to send your energy into the deck. Tuning in with whoever resonates with you right now. If you feel like tuning into the moon energy, asking the new moon while she's in Virgo, how do you intend to serve me? You can ask your higher self for guidance. You can ask the universe, source, spirit. You can ask a trusted guide. Whoever resonates with you. There's never any right or wrong ways to do anything. That's a quick tangent I want to go down. If you feel like you're doing the wrong thing, you could just throw that thought right out, because everything always happens for you. So even if you are on the wrong path, it's taking you somewhere to teach you something, to help you when you are on the right path. Right path. Just a quick tangent. So yes, group readings. If this is your first time with me, let me tell you how I do this. I am going to shuffle until 3 cards come out for all of us. And then I'm going to show you the backs of the cards. So you're going to see this same beautiful image 3 times, because the backs of the cards look exactly the same. And I ask you to forget about your human mind and to sit with your intuition as I show the backs. there may be one or two cards that just feel different, that just feel like that has a message for me. Your physical body might give you some clues that a certain card feels different. Like you might sneeze, or you might have an itch somewhere suddenly, like I just did. You might, like Jacqui, you might just know a number or two between 1 and 3. Just feels right. That's intuition. It's okay to trust it. You don't need to overanalyze everything that happens. And then your physical environment might change as well. Like a gust of wind might come, or like the rain might start falling when I hold up a certain card, or your house might creak, just like little tiny changes. In my opinion, that is the universe or whoever just saying, pay close attention to that card. If you don't feel anything, if nothing changes, your intuition is not broken, just means the whole reading is for you. And the whole reading is for all of us. It always is. But if there's 1 or 2 cards that are like, I don't know what it is about those cards, but I want them, they just hold a stronger message. But I'm going to read through all of them. So I'm going to show you the backs. Let us know in the chat which card or more than one card are resonating with you. Here's the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Let us know in the chat. And I'm going to show them one more time, just in case. Here's the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Normally when I put the cards back down, I put them face up. And I wasn't even thinking about this today, and I just noticed I put them all back face down. So I'm just letting you know, this is a new thing for me. I'm going to flip them over one at a time. I have no idea what these cards are right now, so that's just interesting. Doesn't have to mean anything. I'm just letting you know what's happening. All right, let's see. Jacqui's working with 1, Nikki 2, Jacqui 3 as well. S 3, Bonnie, it's the trifecta for me. Moretti 2, Jessica 1, Carrie 1 and 3, Win 2, Yvonne 1 and 3, Lori 1, Diane 3, Karen 3, Jessica 1 and 3, Jennifer 2, Jacqui 3. That's how a lot of people used to spell my name. They'd put the E at the end, and I'd get so angry. S 1 and 3, Neaton 1, Danielle 1 and 3, Heather 2, Open Sensation. Gretchen just loves the image on the back of the cards. Yeah, this one's pretty. I like it. This was, I didn't intend to obtain this deck. I'm part of the Hay House subscription club. Hay House is the publishing company, and I pay like $30 4 times a year, and 4 times a year I get a box of 3 different decks, and it's like great. So not affiliated, but if you do the card thing all the time, it's worth looking into it. But this is one that came in the box, and it's been serving me well, so that's pretty cool. Patty 2 and 3. Charlotte, we asked, how does the Virgo new moon intend to serve you? Okay, card 2 called out to me earlier, and the hands holding the medicine and power came through, while also some discomfort and pressure in the front of my right shin and up into my hip. What do all those body parts and the side of the body mean to you? Okay. Erica 1, Michaela 3, and then 2. Morgan 1 and 3. What is the Oracle Palooza, Charlotte? This is the first I just heard of it. Hey, Dan, that's all right. Just sit with the numbers. 1, 2, or 3. What is the strongest? You have the ability to do that. All right. Ready? This is exciting because I'm just as blind to all this as you guys are. That's pretty cool. Rebecca 1 and 3, Milan's working with 3. How does the Virgo new moon intend to serve you? Card number 1 brings us card number 7, past life medicine. And the message is remembering. Your soul has lived many lives. It is eternal and it has no limits. This card signals that one of your previous lifetimes is impacting your current reality and experience. This moment in this timeline of your soul is calling out for healing and acknowledgement. Are you feeling stuck, overwhelmed, triggered? In a past life, something was left unresolved. It is time to allow the healing to reach through you and into the past so that you may be free. Ask the universe to help you remember this past life in the here and now, and allow it to be present through your dreams, visions, and inner knowing. Great medicine awaits you in this discovery. The acknowledgement of this block allows the past trauma to be transformed. Remember that you can heal simply by bringing awareness and choosing to pour the energy of love and compassion into the past. As you do this, light travels back in time, a potent gift to the past self who is in need. This lifetime, or the lifetime that matters most, is the one you are in right now. At this time, you can alchemize the suffering and pain from the past life and share the wisdom gained from its transmutation. You are in a portal of remembering, and on the other side, you can now choose healing and fortitude. Remember that you are a multidimensional being with many facets. Draw on the gifts offered through the portal of the past, so you may align with your fullest self. This deck gives a sacred ceremony to embody the energies of these cards, and sometimes I read them, sometimes I don't, but here's the sacred ceremony for this past life card. Your past life self, vibrating with the healing energy you sent them, comes forward today, holding a box. As they open it, golden light pours out and moves into your heart, warming it with an aspect of your being that you have forgotten. You leave this interaction more integrated and connected. Your soul is a gift. Hello, Jennifer. This card, I feel like, again, this is one of those that's gonna unfold as the other cards come out, but what is Virgo? How does the Virgo new moon intend to serve you? This might be remembering a past life for the first time. So let me get super basic, because this is like one of those things I forget that people are not thinking the same thing that I'm thinking all the time. I've accepted 1,000% that I've been here, like, I don't know how many times, thousands of times, I don't know. I think you were too. We've all, like, reincarnation is real in my reality. So that's what I'm going with. Past lives, like, you've had more than one. Most likely. I can't speak for all of you, but it feels right saying that out loud. Like, you've had more than one past life. If there's something that you are drawn to uncannily, I don't know if that's a word or if I made that up, but think back to, like, I'm thinking at, like, high school history class. What was your favorite unit? What part of history were you just like, yeah, I like that. That makes sense to me. For me, it was 1920s America. I think I was a flapper. And I'm okay with that. I got a gangster spirit. I was always drawn to, like, World War II. And that might be my Polish history that draws me to that. And then I was also always drawn to Vietnam. And I think that's, like, the hippie part of me, right? And those are all, like, recent past lives. And you never know. Like, maybe I was in all three places at once, you know? Like, I think lives can interact or overlap. Anyway, if you feel like you're making it up, you're not. That's how intuition works. A lot of times, like when I first started learning how to dive back in and do some past life regressions, I would like lay there with a guided meditation and I would just wait for a feeling to come. And I remember the first past life regression I did, it was hardcore like soldier energy. I was wearing like a black suit of armor and I was like, what's going on? And then you just wait. You just wait to see what's coming. And then I had this whole story and I had this book for this old lady and it made sense. So the Virgo new moon might want you to sit with your past lives. Just invite it in and see what happens. Just sit and wait. Or if you need help, I also read Akashic Records and I can help you with that. But I feel like this new moon or this past life healing is something that is meant to ripple out into your current incarnation. Like there's something that is unhealed in one of your past lives, and it's meant to ripple out now. Morgan, I don't think I've ever had a more physical reaction to a card before. Felt tingling and then a bad cough when you mentioned trigger. Interesting. Bonnie, I have a question about that though. Wouldn't it be true that it's the first time for some souls? That's difficult for me to wrap my head around because I feel like energy doesn't start or end. So how can it be someone's first incarnation? I was just sitting with that for a second. Yeah, that doesn't resonate with me that it's anyone's first time. I don't think it's the first time for any of us. And if it is the first time for someone in your reality, I feel like you created them and they're not an actual soul. Like NPC type vibe is what I'm getting. Like you just created a human to give you a mirror to like let you watch what a naive thing would look like. I don't know. Take what resonates and leave the rest. S can see me as a flapper during Gatsby times. Oh, hardcore. Yeah. I don't know if I was a flapper or if I was I think I was both flapper and gangster. I could do both. Milan is drawn to Tibet, the Buddhist monk. Sit with it. Sit with it. Frankie's always been drawn to Asian culture and you're British. Sit with it. Explore it a little bit, you know? Melissa says that's interesting. I've always felt like I was born in the wrong era. Never thought about it being a past life. Yep, 100%. My husband says that all the time. He's always like, I was born in the wrong time. He was meant to be like 50s car dude. And you know, like if you have that lingering feeling like I don't belong here, I belong back here, maybe you have some big unfinished business in that past life. Just sit with it. I've always been obsessed with Little House on the Prairie, Bonnie. I love that. Maybe that's why we keep going to that area when we work together. Heather, I think we have many lives within this current life from a spiritual and energetic standpoint. Another thought, and I want to move on, but another thought about Bonnie asking about new souls. Oh, this is way so deep. We are all one. We're all the same soul experiencing different facets. I'm going to end it right there. Carmina says, presently reading Journey of Souls by Michael Newton. Bonnie, he says souls range in levels of advancement from beginner to advanced. Because of the population explosion, some souls may be here for the first time. That does not resonate with me. And that's okay. We can have different truths. I love it. Michaela, reading of Akashic Records is reading of past lives. So the Akashic Records are a different plane. So I travel astrally, travel to a different plane, and it is like the story of your soul from start to finish. It's the whole thing, and we can access lessons that you've been through and lives that you've been through and just ask general questions. It's a huge place. Huge as in the potential. Charlotte says, I know I'm coming back when the real Jetsons lifestyle arrives. There you go. Maybe you've already been there. Remember, guys, time is not linear. It's a really hard thing to conceptualize, but it's not linear. All right. How else does the Virgo new moon intend to serve us, guys? Card number 2 brings us number 30, the medicine wheel. And the message is cycle. The medicine wheel teaches that every season we move through is of equal and great importance. Some seasons seem to last longer than others, and some seasons can tend to be more difficult than the rest. Right now, you are being asked to tend to the cycle you are moving through, even if it feels tedious or that it is taking longer than it should. Seasons can mean the literal time of the year or refer to a time in your life more broadly. Which season are you moving through? Eagle in the east, spring, expanding, soaring, planting ideas, visioning, and dreaming. Deer in the south, summer, a time of nurture, feeding your dreams, taking action, and nourishing your creations. Buffalo in the west, autumn, brings death and letting go, making room for what no longer serves, so that what is meant for us will show up in abundance. Or bear in the north, winter, welcomes stillness, hibernation, rest, and integration. Whichever season, the medicine wheel doesn't recommend leaping out of your current space too quickly at this time, for there is great wisdom for you to gather here. The best practice is to sink in, allow, and listen to the call of your inner season. All will be revealed soon enough, for the medicine wheel always turns again. And then I'm also going to read the sacred ceremony for this card if it resonates with you. Close your eyes and place your hands upon your heart and ask your spirit which season you are currently in. One of the colors of the medicine wheel or one of the animals might appear before you. Call them into your sacred space and ask for them to guide you through this season and cycle. They will bring the exact medicine you need to walk through with peace, confidence, and balance. Yes, Nikki, this is card number 2. So how does the Virgo new moon intend to serve you? Maybe this is like a new beginning of a new season. I feel like the shift of the seasons. I feel, and this is just like general sun sign astrology, we're wrapping up Virgo season and we're heading into Libra season. We're literally wrapping up summer and we're heading into fall. So that could be another reason why we all feel so freaking tired right now. And yes, retrogrades are aplenty, but it could also be the shift of the seasons. So the Virgo new moon intends to serve you by helping you work through whichever season you're in. And this does, I feel, a transitional thing right now. Can you guys still hear me? My photo is frozen. Oh, there we go, I'm back. Let's see, Milan picked yellow and saw a bird without looking at the card. Crazy. Springtime, new beginnings. There you go, that's nice. I felt what turned out to be fall, which was perfect, Danielle. I love that. Spring and eagle came up for Michaela. Jacqui, man, I hope so. I've been feeling so down lately. So yeah, maybe the Virgo new moon can help you set an intention to help you just work with whatever season you're in, accepting that you're in a season. You know? Winter is like my least favorite time of year ever. But the more I resist winter and the being inside and the hibernating, the more I resist it, the worse it is. But if you accept, because you have to go through it anyway. There's no quick track to life. There's no speedy way to speed through life. There's a reason for every step of the way. And then, I know, Melissa, Illinois winters are the worst. If you want the details of this card, all the medicine wheel seasons and animals and descriptors, our good friend Bonnie takes the descriptions of these cards and she types them into our spiritual community. It's the group that I have here on Insight Timer. So join our spiritual community and get the recaps of the cards. Text version. Replay version is my YouTube channel. Gary says, that's weird because my mom had a visit from a bear this morning and I had a doe and 2 fawns actually on my back deck this morning. I love that. I love when animals show up like that. So are you and your mom on opposite ends right now? Is your mom in winter and are you still in summer? Just a question. Kay says, spring came through to me. Interesting that the yoga practice I did this morning was called Yoga for New Beginnings. This can be a spring energy too, if that's resonating with you. You know, use your intuition above anything else. Where are you, Milan? Milan says, I'm dealing with bears pretty well daily, as all their home is being burned down. They're all ending up in town. Fort St. James, British Columbia. Interesting. Interesting. All right, past life medicine, medicine wheel. How does the Virgo new moon intend to serve you? Card number 3 is card number 14, Elder, and it brings wisdom. There's feathers in all of these cards. In indigenous communities, elders are revered and honored as the wisdom keepers, the way showers, and the knowledge keepers. When we sit before an elder and ask for guidance, we offer them our sacred medicine of tobacco to receive Creator's wisdom through them. If you are at a crossroads right now, this card asks you to sit with the medicine of eldership. There is great value in receiving guidance from someone who has walked the path before you. Elders have a powerful vantage point, as they too have veered off course over the span of their lifetime and now carry potent insight and clarity. In your search for eldership, please remember that while knowledge is important, a true elder embodies wisdom, and reaching a certain age does not necessarily prove this role in community. Think back to the words spoken, the stories told, the memories shared with you by the wise ones in your past and present, as the answers that you seek are there. There is much richness from the elders that have and will continue to touch your life. Just as we offer tobacco, offer your gratitude to elder medicine and see the answers that have been provided by the wisdom of the ages flow forward into your heart and soul. Sacred ceremony for the elder card. Imagine a great fire blazing before you. You see the flames dancing, inviting you closer. Around the fire stands all the wisdom keepers who have offered you guidance, clarity, and teachings. Take a moment to acknowledge the vastness of elder medicine that has crossed your path. They reach their hands out for yours, and you join them in a circle. A warm spark nourishes your palms. As you revel in their presence, you feel yourself moving forward in time, and you begin to morph and change into your own elder self. The flames of the fire reflect this image to you, and as you stand hand in hand with all of these wisdom holders, you are reminded of who you are. This sounds like a new moon intention of calling in someone who has walked the walk that you are hoping to take the first step within. This feels like seeking out a mentor of someone who has done what you are hoping to do. This message has been coming up for me a lot lately, and I was actually just thinking about it this morning. Like, who do I know that has what I want? And how do I learn from how they got there? Personal experience, I'm a hardcore rebel. I'm a hardcore, like, I'm going to do it my way, and you don't need to tell me how to do it. But there is beauty in swallowing your pride and saying, this isn't working the way that I wanted it to work. How did you get there? Doesn't mean that I have to do it the exact way that you did it, but I can learn from the energy of your story and see how that energy can be applied to my life. So how does the Virgo new moon intend to serve you? This really strongly feels like whatever intention you're setting, set the intention, and then find someone who either has what you're hoping to achieve or reach, or someone who has been working those steps to get to what you want, and learn from them. Ask the universe to bring someone into your life who has what you are hoping for. Thank you, Charlotte, for your donation. You said, gotta run, can't focus on two things at once. Love and light. Love it. Milan is native. Gretchen loves this card. Interesting. I'm just sitting with the whole reading for a second. We had the, I mentioned we have feathers on all the cards too. There's that past life medicine feather. Eagle has the feather, and then the elder is holding the feather. So I don't know what that means, but how does the Virgo new moon intend to serve you? Well, there's some unfinished business. Could be from a past life. Could be from childhood also. You know, whatever resonates more with you. And perhaps the season that you're working through is like finishing up said karma. You know, a season, like you can be in multiple seasons at once. So you could be in if you're in the northern hemisphere, the season of summer coming to an end, transitioning to autumn, or you could be in the season of clearing trauma, or the season of starting new things, or the season of maintaining some things and utilizing them in a different way. Like, you can be in multiple seasons in multiple areas of your life. But depending on which cards resonated most strongly with you when we first started the reading, that can give you some insight into how this applies to you. But I really feel like this Virgo new moon wants you to seek out an elder in the area of your desires. A mentor, a coach, a guide, someone who has what you want, and just be in their presence, you know? You become the average of the people you hang out with the most. That's what I was reflecting on today. Who am I spending my time with? Yes, Dan, this is the Sacred Medicine Oracle. Gretchen finds feathers often on your walks. Love it. Kay, I started tearing up as soon as you held this card up. This is so interesting based on our conversations and the steps I'm taking to help myself. Love it, Kay. Love it, love it. Any suggestions of native elders that work online, please? Was guided to share that. If anyone knows for Michaela, that'd be nice. I'm not sure. Bonnie says, I feel like there's a lot going on here for two people who had a conversation a couple days ago. Let's see if card 4 affirms. We'll see. Gary says there's different energy because I woke up this morning feeling a good mood for the first time in weeks. Celebrate it, Gary. Say thank you. What was the bad mood teaching you? What was it pulling you away from? Okay, the card held up that looked like the progression of growth and maturation, almost the Fool and Magician vibes with the cycle of growth in between. Oh, I like that. Look, it's like the maiden and the crone. I like that. Beautiful. All right, guys, we are going to pull one more card from a different deck. This question, one card, one question. How can we utilize the Uranus energy for our highest good. The Uranus is trining this new moon, so Uranus is the lightning bolt, unexpected, out of left field, radical change that might come up to help you with this new intention. So how can we utilize Uranus's energy for our highest good with this new moon? And I'm going to use a pretty Uranic deck. I think I brought this to Insight Timer one time. But I'm going to use my Dragon Oracle cards to ask how to utilize Uranus's energy for our highest good. So, feel free to send your energy into this deck. I felt like this was a pretty Uranic deck out of left field. Don't really use it that often. Thank you so much, Nicole, for your donation. Much appreciated. If you guys have been enjoying today's session and if you'd like to offer an energy exchange, donations are always appreciated, never ever expected. If you would like to offer your energy in an exchange of a different kind, follow me. You know, your internet presence is also energy. You can look in my Insight Timer bio for all of my links. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on TikTok, follow me on YouTube. Interact with my posts. That's a thing. Leave me reviews. You know, my business is on Google somewhere. If you work with me personally, so I said I have that Heal Me website, heal.me/Jacqui. Make sure you spell it like how I spell Jackie. I work on donation basis. So if we work together, you know, there's like a no obligation donation dealio, and then leave me a review because it helps me. Energy in is energy out. If you keep yourself too married to what you think an exchange of energy is, you hold yourself back. Thank you very much, Jackie. Milan is the year of the dragon. Cool. Cool. I just met someone over the weekend. I was working at a spiritual festival giving astrology readings, and this lady was fire, and she was like, I'm even a fire dragon. It was just awesome. Kay just got this deck a couple of weeks ago. I love the messages that have come through so far. Cool. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate your donation. Hello, Dr. Monica. I got here right before you showed the cards. By poll, when you said choose 1, 2, or 3 was for 2, and I've always loved deer. I see how all 3 resonate with transition and stepping into my role as a leader. I'll be doing my first co-hosted sound bath with essential oils and a meditation studio. It's so many elements to integrate. That's lovely, Dr. Monica. You're gonna be great. It's always great. We have Milan, an earth dragon. Dan is a wood dragon. Love it. So, cool. Cool. How can we utilize Uranus's energy during this new moon for our highest good? The Earth and Water Dragon came through, creates the foundation for new growth. You don't say. A fresh start is coming with new opportunities. Nurture your ideas and harvest the abundance. Fourth dimensional brown and green earth and water dragons bring the blessing of a new opportunity. They synchronize the energy and timing to ensure it blossoms. The element of earth enables us to ground our projects, while the element of water enables us to flow with them. When combined in the earth and water dragon, these are very auspicious qualities. When mixed together in the physical world, earth and water create mud, which is excellent for the growth of seeds. If you are planting a tree, you place its roots into the soil and make sure it has a good foundation. Then you activate its growth with water. In due course, you harvest the fruit. The more effort you put into providing the perfect conditions for the tree, the better the crop. This card is showing you this is a good time to create. With the gracious assistance of the earth and water dragons, you can lay a strong foundation for your future. Picking this card suggests it is time to start a new phase of your life. Fresh opportunities may be presenting themselves to you, so be ready to nurture any ideas or visions that come to you. The earth and water dragons will enable you to know intuitively what is right for you and to harness your creativity. They will help you to generate the right conditions to succeed. They will motivate you to put in the necessary work, for this is an important step, and then you can harvest your abundance. Most importantly, they will help you to take things lightly. So listen to your inner wisdom. The time for action is now. What I feel that this is speaking to as far as Uranus's energy, because I was reading this card and it says like, oh, it's time for a new beginning. But we had the medicine wheel card that was asking us, what season are you in? And if you strongly feel like you're in an autumn season or even a winter season or even a summer season, right? You might be saying like, I am not ready for a new beginning. But ha ha ha, Uranus doesn't care. If you feel like there is so whatever set your intention for the new moon, right? That's step one. You have to know what you're reaching for. If you don't know what you're reaching for, you're not going to know what the right path is or the right decisions are, right? So set your intention. What is it that you want? And then if you feel like you're in the weeding phase or you're in the resting phase, and a new opportunity comes up to help you usher yourself to that intention that you desire, that's Uranus. That's Uranus saying like, here's some fertile soil. Do you want to plant a seed here? It might help you. Planting a seed also, like some seeds require a lot of care. Some seeds you just plant it and you forget about it. Just keep that in mind too. Yes, Kay, Uranus rules Aquarius. Milan definitely feels ready for a new chapter in life. And remember, you can be in multiple seasons. Like your job can be in one season, and your romantic relationship can be in another season, and your friendships can be in another season, and your family can be in another season, and like it's vast. So if I understand where you are, but don't attach to where you are. Understand and flow. Thank you for your donation, Gretchen. Much appreciated. How are you guys feeling after all of that? How do you feel about tomorrow's new moon, trine Uranus? This earth and water feels great to me. In the sky right now, there's a loose aspect called a kite, which I've talked about before, and I'm not going to pretend that I know what I'm talking about. I'm learning about this aspect. It's like a advanced aspect. But if you look at the chart right now, or for the new moon is what I pulled up, you can see a kite in the sky. There's an opposition. There are two trines, and then there are two sextiles. And it looks like there's a kite flying in the sky. And pretty much all the planets that are in that kite are earth and water. It's all feminine energies helping us right now. Feminine is receiving. Ask and you shall receive. Ask for someone who has what you want. Just receive. Just be in their presence. Doesn't mean you have to do everything that they did. I was talking about this on Monday. Some things work for some people and they don't work for you, and that's fine. Judith and Rachel, first timers, welcome. First timer Virgos. I love it. Judith, first time here. I'm a Virgo from September 19th. How can I apply this teaching? I invite you to set your new intention for the new moon in Virgo. What is it that you want? Set your sights on it. And then if you feel like the universe drops a new thing into your life, embrace it. Plant the seed and see what it grows for you. Happy belated birthday, Rachel. Just had her birthday yesterday. Courtney says it's really resonating with me. I just started a new job this week that's really rewarding, but have seen a lot of people become burnt out by it. I'm trying to figure out how to stay grounded and peaceful while I'm working really hard. You got it. Ask for peace. Ask for groundedness. And Uranus might give you a really tough project. That's how Uranus works. Uranus might give you a really tough project because you're asking for peace. So Uranus is like, well, you already have peace, but here, find it in this. I hope that makes sense. We're also on the end of our Mercury retrograde. So if you are having a hard time coming up with a new intention, that could be because our thoughts are retrograding. Mercury retrograde, backwards, inward. So it's okay to set your new moon intention a couple days around the new moon. It doesn't have to be set by 8:40 p.m. tomorrow night. If you want to wait till Friday or Saturday to set your new moon intention, so be it. It's okay. It's all right. Rachel, yes, I do readings. You can find my website within my Insight Timer profile. Tarot readings, oracle readings, astrology readings, Akashic record readings. Help. I just help. Coaching, intuitive coaching. I'll be back here on Friday. Friday we're going to talk about Mercury stationing direct. We're almost out of Mercury retrograde. Still got 6 other things in the sky that are retrograde, but it's okay. Our thoughts are moving forward. And I will see you guys on Friday. Thank you so much for being here. Sending love to all. Namaste. Thank you for sharing all of your wisdom, all of your insights, all of your comments. They all keep the whole collective moving forward. I'll see you guys on Friday.